from 1981's The Howling. The 80s kicked off the slasher craze, but also gave us plenty of werewolf films. This is from director Joe Dante, who directed the original Piranha that received that 3D remake that we looked at on last week's episode. For The Howling, Rick Baker was originally going to do the makeup effects, but then he left to go do the effects on American Werewolf in London, leaving the effects for The Howling in the hands of Rob Bottin. Both films released in 1981, with The Howling in April and American Werewolf released a few months later in August. Both received praise for their makeup effects and transformation scenes. Today we'll be looking at that transformation. With The Howling, television newswoman Karen White, played by Dee Wallace, has a near-deadly encounter with a serial killer. Afterwards is sent to a remote mountain resort, whose residents are, yep, they some werewolves. Karen runs into the serial killer she thought was dead, but turns out, yeah, he's a werewolf too. Shit, goddamn. For the transformation scene, they used makeup effects on the real actor, and Rob Bottin sculpted a whole bunch of heads, so mechanical heads, mechanical nails, and cut back and forth between that and the real actor. The filmmakers' goal were to show the first transformation scene with no cuts. Prior to this, the general technique was lap dissolves that changed makeup over hours and dissolve all pictures to turn the character into a wolf. Starting of the scene using a traditional frame rate of 24 frames per second, then drop down to 12 frames per second to have a fastness or slow it down at various parts of the transformation. Another effect used was something called the bladder effect, which was a technique using small air bags and tape them under a latex mask.
I didn't know that the bags would be condoms. You know, new ones.
After showing the close-up footage of the werewolf head attacking, they were able to go back to Embassy, who were impressed with the footage, to give a little bit more money to the budget, so they can build a full suit for an actor to be in the scene. The whole special makeup effects team credited did some top-notch work for the time. And those contact lens effects? Oh hell yeah. This movie is full of up-close shots of some crazy-ass looking eyes, from bloodshot, pale white, and some intense-ass looking green. Upon release, The Howling did incredibly well and was met with great reviews and turned out a lot of sequels. Joe Dante stated Steven Spielberg saw The Howling and then casted Dee Wallace for E.T., and Joe would eventually go on to direct The Gremlins. So shit, all worked out pretty well in my opinion. The Howling does have a great visual look. The gritty city cinematography and the backlighting of the fog, the always great Dee Wallace, the best news broadcast you'll ever see, and of course those makeup effects. And something else I'm forgetting. Oh yeah, them eyeballs.